Welcome back, Dunk Squad, to year two of the Madden 24 Baltimore Ravens realistic rebuild. If you tuned in to part one, we finished 9-8, third in the AFC North. We missed out on the playoffs. John Harbaugh was fired. He was let go, and now No Vision Duncan, not Wink Duncan, but No Vision Duncan is going to come in and be the new head coach for the Baltimore Ravens. We also saw that we made a big trade in the offseason, and that includes the man you see right there that we have on the trading block, Jonathan Taylor. Now, we made a poll on our community post, and the question was, should I trade Jonathan Taylor back to the Colts in part two of this Madden 24 Baltimore Ravens realistic rebuild because of the recent contract extension that Jonathan Taylor just got from the Indianapolis Colts? Now, in part one, we even said it ourselves. I said that the relationship between Jonathan Taylor and the Colts were getting better. We're getting stronger. And there was a chance that a deal could be in place. He got his contract extension. He got paid, got his bag. Congrats. Shout out, salute to him. We made part one before that contract extension. But I felt like, with him signing back with the Colts, maybe we shouldn't have pulled the trigger. We pulled the trigger a little too early. And, I am a little disappointed because we won't get a chance to see this experiment of Jonathan Taylor in this rushing offense with Lamar Jackson. So you guys actually voted 78% yes to trade Jonathan Taylor back to the Colts, opposed to 22% who said no, I should keep Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to stand by y'all, and I'm trading Jonathan Taylor back to the Indianapolis Colts. Another thing is we missed out on a generational running back in the process. But we're going to get our first round pick back that we should have had in the past draft. We're getting our second round pick that we gave them, our other second round pick in 2026, our fourth round pick that we gave them, and then just to make the cap room work, we're getting quarterback Sam Ellinger. Let's see if this trade goes through, see if they accept. They should, and they do. Boom, Jonathan Taylor back to the Colts where he belongs. And now with all that being said and all that being done, let's go over the roster, the team, the squad here in year two before the preseason kicks off. And at quarterback, Lamar Jackson, who played a strong role in me wanting to do that experiment with Jonathan Taylor and Lamar Jackson, both in the backfield running the ball. The sim stats for the rushing stats would have been crazy. But Lamar Jackson had a okay season last season. Great touchdown interception ratio, threw for about 3,500 passing yards, only got sacked 15 times, and then he was actually our leading rusher, which we wanted to fix. We don't want him to be our leading rusher every year. We need a legit running back one there in the backfield. But for now, LJ will remain our RB1 and our QB1. We drafted Trevor McMillan, a scrambling quarterback out of Princeton, to be the backup, but we also brought in Malik Cunningham, and we just got Sam Ellinger in that trade with the Colts, who I'm going to release right now. Just needed to make the money work. And we have a big hole at running back, but we're going to continue to ride the bus with Gus Edwards. He took over the lead back role last season after we gave up on J.K. Dobbins. Almost ran for 900 yards. Average, not that great, but double-digit touchdowns with 14, no fumbles. Gus Edwards will be our running back one as for now. In the preseason, we still got Justice Hill, who's a decent backup. We drafted this power back, Luke Duncan. I love the name. Out of Missouri, 6'1", 233. We got Keaton Mitchell with his speed. At fullback, got Patrick Reichard, who had a Pro Bowl type. Actually, not a Pro Bowl type. He made the Pro Bowl last season, proving that he's still one of the best fullbacks in the league. Zay Flowers, who's going to continue to grow as our wide receiver one. We got Rashad Bateman. Devin Duvernay is going to step into that OBJ role as our new third wide receiver option. We still got Tylan Wallace. But this guy, Amani Warner, 6'5", 231, out of Colorado State. Got him in the draft. He was our only hidden dev player that we got in the draft. And I think he can take over as our wide receiver 3. We can try to develop him as our wide receiver 3 and then keep Devin Duvernay as kind of like our Pro Bowl, kick return, punt returner. But we'll see. We'll let them boys battle it out in the preseason. Got DJ Turner down there. At tight end, we got Mark Andrews, still top three tight end in the league. Got Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kohler behind him. And then we signed Chris Manshurst just to fill that Nick Boyle type blocking tight end role. You know, Baltimore loves their tight ends. You know, just like how we love our wide receiver fours and our cornerback fives, we're going to do our tight ends the same way. Got Ronnie Stanley at left tackle. Still got Patrick McCarry. Andrew Voorhees might get a chance to start the season, as we had a retirement. Kevin Zeitler retired. We got Jack Anderson there. Center, we got Tyler Linderbaum. Brought in Tyler Shatley to back him up. We got Ben Cleveland. This is the position that Kevin Zeitler played. We brought in Wes Martin to be his backup. And then Morgan Moses actually made the Pro Bowl last season. But we are going to be transitioning very soon to some of these younger guys like Daniel Falele, Ben Cleveland, and Andrew Voorhees. I want to get them on the field and get them developing. I'm still not going to attempt to say their name. Let me know in the comments. I just know I'm a fail. I'm going to fail badly, and I'm not trying to embarrass myself right now. At defensive end, now the defense, we actually made a big change on defense because of our personnel. We are, and I don't usually do this. Yeah, I know I usually don't do this. But we switched from a 3-4, and I said I might do this. I took into consideration, and we are going to a 4-3, and I had to change the playbook. You know, I don't like doing it. We're going to keep Baltimore, but we're switching to the 49ers defense. It just fits the personnel better, and I'm going to show y'all right now why I decided to make that decision. So on left end, for defensive end, we got David Ajabo. We had to move him down from left outside linebacker to left end. We got Tyus Bowser. We moved all these guys down. At right end, we moved out Adafe Owe, Tavius Robinson, and then moved on the inside. We drafted this guy, Sterling Samuels. He was basically our first round pick. Took him in the second round. Big nose tackle. He's going to be that Michael Pierce replacement. I hope he can step up in his rookie season. Broderick Washington Jr., who didn't play, he played about half the season almost. I didn't realize what type of contract he had though, so I probably should have had him starting a little bit more over guys like Travis Jones and playing alongside Michael Pierce. What is his contract? Yeah, so he had a 4-year deal that I didn't know about. So we're going to play Broderick Washington. He's going to compete in the preseason and have a good chance to be that starting defensive tackle for us. We got Travis Jones here, Matthew Butler, Patrick Queen, who's going to play left outside linebacker. He's the only one on the defense who's not a perfect scheme fit for this left outside linebacker position, because he is pass coverage and we need a power rusher type, but it's going to have to work for this season. Got Marcus Golden, Malik Cam. In the middle, still got Roquan. Brought in Quan Alexander to back him up. We drafted this Ron Sawyer out of Northern Illinois. Then on the right, Trenton Simpson. He was the main reason why we wanted to make this move. Actually, it might be better if I move Trenton on the left and then put, you know what, we're going to do that. We're going to move Trenton Simpson because he has more speed. He's a speed rusher type. I know it says power rusher on the other side, but he's a rusher. Trenton Simpson, he's very versatile. So we're going to move him to the left side and move Patrick Queen to the right. But Trenton Simpson was another reason, probably the main reason we wanted to get him on the field. He was just buried on the depth chart, you know, behind Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. So it'll give him a chance to get him on the field. We brought in Anthony Bargo Vikes as a backup mentor, bridge player, type player. Marlon Humphrey at corner, and then after that, not so much. I mean, we still got Rocky Sin. He's going to be our cornerback too. And then it's just a battle. For cornerback 3, we got Brandon Stevens, who can play the slot. And then we drafted a couple guys here. Donovan Drummond, he's 6'4", out of Texas. And then we drafted this guy, same type of player, just different height. Jeremiah Samuel out of Wisconsin. So these 3 guys will compete for that slot corner role. And then at free safety, we still got Marcus Williams, brought in Kenny Robinson. Kyle Hamilton still at strong safety. And we brought in Keanu Neal to be kind of that Geno Stone replacement. And then at kicker, I call him the, what did I call him? the GOAT, the K GOAT, greatest kicker of all time, the G GOAT. That's what we call him, the G GOAT. Not the GOAT, but the G GOAT. Greatest kicker of all time, Justin Tucker. And then at punter, we still got Jordan Stout. I think we have, let's look at our draft picks now. So we're going to have 2 first-round picks because we didn't have a first-round pick with the Jonathan Taylor trade. So we get our first-round pick back. So we will have 2. And then we got our 4th round pick back, and then we got our extra 2nd round pick in 2026 back. But I think there is a team captain slot available, and I had a couple of candidates. First one up is Patrick Reichard. He made the Pro Bowl as a fullback. I think the other option was Ronnie Stanley. He's our best offensive lineman. And then I think the last option was Mark Andrews at tight end. And I'm leaning towards... love to do Reichert because our running back room is kind of weak. Tight end room, offensive line, all young outside. I mean, Ronnie Stanley's 30, Morgan Moses is 33. But let's go with Patrick Reichert. Made the Pro Bowl as a fullback, and then maybe next season we can give it to Mark Andrews. I like to balance it out. I don't want everybody on offense to be team captains, then we have nobody on defense, and sometimes I like to sprinkle special teams in there a little bit. And I think we have one more slot, and we're going to go on the defensive side and put Marlon Humphrey as the other corner. And let me just double check and make sure that we don't have any more C patches that we have to hand out. And we actually do. So we could go on the offensive line. Now, let me make sure that we have enough guys on defense, and it's not just Marlon Humphrey. Okay, we got Roquan. So, yeah, this works out. So, my candidates of Ronnie Stanley, Morgan Moses, will throw him in there, but we're going to do Mark Andrews. So congratulations to all the new team captains, Mark Andrews, Marlon Humphrey, and Patrick Reichert. We are ready to start the preseason. We're actually ready to start a little bit of training camp. I'll be giving you guys some gameplay from the training camps, and we're going to continue to do that. Rushing attack, should we do? You know what? Let's do it. Gus Edwards.
Let's go now.
Let's ride. In my Russell Wilson voice. Gus kind of got some wheels on him. Faster than I thought. And we can manage with him as our running back, but we do want to upgrade at some point just to make this rushing offense a little bit more prolific. As we try to get gold, I would love to get a dev trait upgrade. I think he's sitting on a star. If we can get a gold boy, we won't need no Jonathan Taylors here in Baltimore. You see there, you see why we named Patrick Reichard a team captain. You see why he made the Pro Bowl. Why he's one of the best. Oh, he misses that block. As soon as I'm gaslighting him, and there goes Gus Edwards. Running the guy over. Keeping our hopes alive for gold. And one more TD should do it. Who's that at quarterback? Malik Cunningham. And boom, we got gold on the first try. And we're going to do wide receiver. And let's do, we did Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman last season. Let's do Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay, Pro Bowl return man, but gonna have to step up this season as our wide receiver 3. And right now, whoever is covering, is that Marlon Humphrey? whoever is covering us, doing a damn good job. But we're going for 500. We're going for 500. And overthrow a little bit, but we get the TD, still get the points. Right at silver. A little miscommunication. And we get silver on that one. And we're going to take it. I'm not going to, finesse the system like that. And then for the other wide receiver, we're going to do our big body hidden dev, Amani Warner. He was our only hidden dev player. The rest were just boring brown dev traits. And he's going to have beating the receiver off the line. And he's going to have a great chance. Missed the throw. Malik Cunningham not making a good case. We're backup quarterback right now. And he didn't even throw the ball when I first put my hand up. Alright, so we know he can catch. He's a little slow. I think he has 88 speed. But he is 6'5". And that's what we were missing in the wide receiver room. Was a big body to just throw the ball up there. We're going to see what he can do, the aggressive catch, and we're just going to accept the bronze. Accept the bronze, just like we accepted all the brown dev traits during the draft. And let's do the trench battle, and let's do it with our new nose tackle, Sterling Samuels. We know he's very strong. I think he had like 97, 98 strength right out of the draft. Look at that bull rush. Y'all should see me off screen when I do these drills. Talking multiple attempts. I don't want to make fun of my boy Russ anymore, but unlimited attempts. Not all the drills though, mostly the linebacker one, this one, sometimes the punter and kickers, because special teams matter. And somehow I got gold. Didn't even make the full tackle on that last attempt, but we'll take it. Get the gold boy. Hopefully we get a dev trait upgrade, because he is at a normal dev and we don't. And I think I'm going to do the defensive battle. We're going to do the two rookies. Their names were Donovan Drummond, he's the 6'4" one, and Jeremiah Sam. Let's do Donovan first. I think he was a 3rd round pick. The other guy was a 4th. Let's do Drummond first. So we get our first pick. Stay with the receiver. He threw it. Usually they'll take the sack. One hand pick. If we get a couple more picks, we should be able to get gold. And we just got burnt that time. Man, we getting worked. We are getting cooked. And I don't think we're gonna get gold. It'll take a miracle. Yeah, it's just a little too slow. Just a little too slow. Oh, come on, bro. So do one more. Maybe linebacker. Maybe do like Trenton Simpson. And this one is the harder DB one. So if we didn't do well in the easier one, I like how we're covering it. And then at the last minute, man, Malik Cunningham has just been screwing me over in these drills. Whether he's throwing the ball wrong or throwing it right. Look at that. Covered it perfectly. I was on point, and we still can't make the play. It's just if you're a millisecond late. It's like these guys aren't even going for the ball. I'm holding triangle the whole way, and he's not even jumping up to try to make the pick. And yeah, we're just gonna get destroyed in that one. And let's do one more. We'll do Trenton Simpson for the chase and tackle, which I've gotten a little bit better at and found my way. And here goes the I'm gonna call it the norm. This is what happens in this drill. Don't know why I tried to hit stick Gus Edwards anyway.
Let's go now. Let go.
Okay, the little dummies helping me out. Okay. They keep running that inside play. I would prefer them to do the outside just like that. Go low. Safe tackle. Just wrap them up. Oh, I got stopped by the dummy, but the speed of Trenton Simpson allows us to recover. Oh, that time a little too fast, but the dummy stopped him. And we're actually not doing that bad. We just got off to, you know, a little turtle start, a little slow start. But we're not going to get gold. Maybe silver. Maybe I'll go for like a hit stick or something. But Trenton Simpson, he's tackling them really well though. I think we did Patrick Queen last season. We were missing a bunch of tackles and the dummy slowed me down. Split second. Let's go for a hit stick. And that'll do it for the drills. As we get ready to simulate the preseason, we do have some position battles. We have the cornerback 3 spot, wide receiver 3 spot, defensive tackle. So let's see how this all plays out as we play against my Vikes here in the first preseason. And I forgot, we can see it in the corner again, 24/7. We take a L to the Minnesota Vikings. And what happened, you know, Lamar Jackson, he's not playing. Trevor McMillan played and he threw an interception. Malik Cunningham was 1 of 4. Running, Justice Hill had a touchdown. The only touchdown for our running backs. Devin Duvernay was our leading receiver. The rookie, Amani Warner, had 5 catches and no other touchdowns for any receivers. Morgan Moses giving up a sack. Trenton Simpson continuing his strong camp. Ron Sawyer, that's our rookie middle linebacker. And then no interceptions, no field goals, 6 punts. And we have trade offers for Morgan Moses, our right tackle, Pro Bowl right tackle. And the Titans would give us Harold Landry, But we're gonna rock with Adafe Owe and David Ajabo. We don't need Kendrick Green. So we're not going to make any of those trades, but we'll continue to see what is on the market for Morgan Moses because I want to transition to the younger guards on the offensive line. We have the Green Bay Packers, who just played the Raiders on Monday Night Football. I watched like the first quarter and then just tuned out of it. But let's see what happened in that second preseason game against the Green Bay Packers. We only scored 7 points again. Malik Cunningham threw a pick this time. He was 5 of 11. The rookie played a little bit better. And then J.K. Dobbins getting his revenge. 47 yards and a touchdown. Justice Hill with the touchdown. So he's having a good preseason. He's going to be our running back too. And then defensively, Drummond, that's the 6'4" corner, had a half a sack. David Ajabo had a half a sack. No picks, no field goals, a couple of punts. Final preseason games where these jobs are on the line. We're going to check out the training camp standout first. And it's David Ajabo. I was expecting someone like Trenton Simpson. On David Ajabo, we are going to focus on block shedding. We done switched the defense to a 4-3. I'm going to try to get to the quarterback more. And let's switch some of these, get some of these guys here in this rotation. So we're going to go with the rookie over him. We're going to go with Duncan over Mitchell. Let's go with Amani Warner. And then defensive tackle, let's go Travis Jones. Let's go Samuels. And I think that should be, I think corner was the only other spot. Why did they switch this? I don't know. Thought I had Patrick Queen not playing. Don't know what happened there. I guess he can play. And then corner, we're going to go with Drummond. Let's go with Samuels. And then that should be the only changes we need to make. As we simulate the final preseason game before we start year 2, as the trade offers for Morgan Moses do not change. Actually, for Darian Mathis, that wouldn't be that bad. Add some depth on the defensive tackle spot. And are we going to go winless in the preseason, or can we get a dub? And we get a dub, 17-10. Finally scored more than 7 points in the preseason. Shout out to the backups. And what happened? McMillan may have just beat Malik Cunningham for the backup quarterback spot. Justice Hill, Gus Edwards gets a touchdown. Receiving, Warner, 3 catches, 75 yards. We may have to start him over Devin Duvernay. Morgan Moses gave up 2, so that's 3 sacks in 2 preseason games. We may move on from him. He might just be a cap casualty. Kind of want to trade him though. Donovan Drummond gets an interception. Rocky Sin, so the 6'4" corner. Looks like the 6'4" corner and the 6'5" receiver rookies showing out, balling in the final preseason game. And let's check out the final stats from everybody. And it looks like Malik Cunningham's going to get beat out by the rookie Trevor McMillan, even though he did get sacked 6 times. But Justice Hill is going to be our running back too. Gus Edwards is going to be the starter. And then I think Amani Warner beat out Devin Duvernay, like not by that much, just by a little. So we're going to go Amani Warner in the slot. And then offensive line, you see there Morgan Moses. We may trade him. And then Trenton Simpson was the leading tackler. Travis Jones had 3 TFLs and Samuel. So I think we're going to go with those 2 as the starters over Broderick Washington till we get off that contract. And then Jabo, Sawyer, they had some sacks. And you saw the 2 picks there. Justin Tucker with the field goals. And we have to cut this roster down. Maybe have to cut about 10 people, 9. So we'll look at the final trade offers on Morgan Moses. And it's just the same too. We'll keep that monitored. Keep our phones off of silent and accept the calls. But let's cut this roster down first. Malik Cunningham, I think we're gonna move him to the practice squad, and the rookie is gonna beat him out for that quarterback 2 spot. Running back, and we're gonna keep the 4 here and cut Roundtree and cut the guy under him, Kennedy Brooks. I'm gonna say should be eligible for the practice squad. Then receivers, I like all of our receivers. Then I'm gonna keep all of them. Gonna keep all of our tight ends. Manhurts is actually injured. And then on the O-line, we're gonna keep everybody, but I want to move Morgan Moses. 80 overall, normal dev. Is there anybody that needs a starting right tackle right now in the league? Looks like the Bills. I mean, they just drafted this guy. I wouldn't want to screw him over. They still got Spencer Brown. The Bucks. But they don't have any money. They're negative in the cap room. Commanders, I mean, but they're negative in the cap. But we could take on Andrew Wiley's contract. Morgan Moses played for the Commanders too already, I think. Dolphins have a hidden dev. Rookie. 49ers. They don't have the cap room. Can't stand how these teams never have cap space. I never understand it. Green Bay desperately need a tackle. Patriots need one, but they're in the AFC. I don't want to help them out. They do have the cap space, though. They do have the cap space. I don't like helping out the same like conferences when I'm controlling a team, you know, in that same conference. But it looks like the Patriots just works. They got the money. They could probably give us some draft picks. And we're going to do that. We're going to trade Morgan Moses, Pro Bowl tackle. Let's get a 4th out of them. And maybe like a future, I was going to say like a future 5th. That'll do it. Hate to do it. He made the Pro Bowl. Shout out Morgan Moses. But with us missing the playoffs last season, accumulating these draft picks from the Jonathan Taylor retrade, we need to start developing these younger guys. And, you know, Daniel Falele, Ben Cleveland, 380, 370. Was that a combined, 750 pounds of linemen just on that right side? I love it. And then Jeremiah Moon, we'll move him to the PS. Defensive tackle, we're set. Malik Ham, we can move. Do we have a lot of corners though? Let's cut down some of these corners first, because we may be able to keep Malik Ham. We'll see where we're at after we cut Wild Goose. Don't want to have somebody on the team that's a goose running wild around the facility. And we have 2 players left to cut, so I think Malik Ham will be one. He won't be cut. He will be on the practice squad at least for another year. And then there was one left. Sawyer played lights out. I think Damarian Williams may be the guy, maybe the lucky guy. Him or DJ Turner. Demario Williams or DJ Turner. I think our depth is just too good at corner. Actually, we can move him to the practice squad. That'll do it. Damarian Williams to the practice squad. We have our final 53. We are ready to adjust the lineup, upgrade the players. We'll just auto upgrade everybody. Just peeped that Gus Edwards actually lost his star dev from last season. Did not know that. But Lamar Jackson will be our starting quarterback. Trevor McMillan, the rookie, will back him up. At running back, we have Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. We're going to do Keaton Mitchell maybe over Luke Duncan. I like Duncan, though. I like him a lot. He'll play a little bit of the fullback. third fullback. Zay Flowers, Bateman. We're gonna go with the rookie Amani Warner. Devin Duvernay will be our return guy and our wide receiver four. Our wide receiver fours and fives still get playing time. Why is Makari? Are they probably trying to start him or something? But guard will be Voorhees, center will be Linderbaum, right guard will be Cleveland, and right tackle will be Daniel Falele. Makari can back him up right there. Left end will be Ajabo Bowser. Right end will be Adafe Owe. D tackle will be the rookie Sterling Samuels and Travis Jones. Trenton Simpson, Roquan, Quan, Patrick Queen, Marlon Humphrey. We're going to go Drummond, then Stevens, then Samuel. And then special teams will be Devin Duvernay and Jeremiah Samuel. Or we'll go DJ Turner. No, we'll go Jeremiah Samuel. And then punt return, we can do like Devin Duvernay. We can do Justice Hill. We can do Tylan Wallace. Move him up there a little bit. Kickoff start will be Justin Tucker. Long snapper will be Tyler Linderbaum. They have Tyler Shatley, Voorhees, Cleveland. And then third down back will be Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, power bomb. So it looks like we're going to do running back by committee just a little bit. And then our slot receiver will be our big body receiver. Left end, they have Adafe Owe, but we are going to switch that. We're going to keep Ajabo on that side. Right end, we're going to have not Patrick Queen, Adafe Owe. Damn it. And then Tavius Robinson, Travis Jones, Broderick and Samuels, Roquan, Trenton Simpson, and Patrick Queen. Slot corner is going to be Drummond, Stevens, and Samuels. So we have the depth chart set. We have the depth chart set, and it's not going to get touched, and we're not going to have any injuries. And for a realistic goal, I'm going to do the 4 wins, not only because I don't want to get fired, or Novision Duncan, don't want him to get fired in the first season, but I'm looking at a team that went 9-8, third in the division, first team out of the playoffs. We didn't really improve. Well, we did with the Jonathan Taylor trade before we just traded him back. We didn't fix that running back position. Still kind of weak at corner. Offensive line got a little bit weaker. So I think 7 to 8 wins, and y'all know, probably 7. I'm going to say maybe 6 wins. We have a rookie head coach too. I'm going to say about 6 wins. Y'all know my 4 wins. 4 wins is between 4 to 6. 7 is like 7 to 10. Make the playoffs is 10 or more. Make the playoffs. So we're going to do about 6 wins. Hell, I would even take last in the division, even though as much as I would hate it, because I'm ready to make the playoffs. Didn't make the playoffs at all in the first rebuild with the Saints. Didn't make it the first season with the Ravens. We're going to auto-generate. Hopefully there is another generational running back, and I do not see a running back. Oh, I actually do see him. Number 7, Danny Johnston. He may be a Baltimore Raven. 5'8", 207. Do some heavy scouting on him during this season. But looking at the overall for the team, we are a 84 all across the board. And we have another camp standout, or is the continuation of David Ajabo. And David Ajabo, don't know if he's poised enough to get those 2 sacks, but we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, we're 84 all across the board. And let's simulate week 1 against the Washington Commanders. We are at home, and let's see if we can get the dub. And we can't. We lose by a point, 24-23. It was a lot of one-score games too in that first season that we missed out on the playoffs. No turnovers. It was a clean game. We just got down early, 17-7. Scored 16 in the fourth, and we just ran out of time. Offensive line played outstanding, allowing only 1 sack. Lamar was very efficient, 23 of 27. Gus Edwards about 50 yards and a touchdown. Lamar 36 and a touchdown. Receiving, Rashad Bateman was our leading receiver. Touchdown for Zay Flowers. Dan Falele, new starting right tackle, giving up a sack, but that is okay. Justin Tucker does not miss, but we did miss that game. And we lose at home, week 1 against Sam Howell and the Commanders. Don't think Ajabo, he actually did it. Salute. David Ajabo. and he is continuing his breakout. Let's see if we can hit the second one. I don't even think he had a sack. Was he the one that had the half a sack? Oh, we have the Houston Texans coming to town. So you get our first home win and first win of the season against them. And we do. So we go 1-1 first 2 weeks, and another 1 point game. We couldn't run the ball, really didn't pass it that much, but we're not turning the ball over. 1 touchdown for Lamar. He's not getting sacked. Gus Edwards averaged about 50 yards a game. They got Mike Williams on the team now to pair up with Tank Dell. Touchdown for Mark Andrews. And we had a sack for David Ajabo, continuing his breakout. Marlon Humphrey with the interception. The K GOAT, the G coat. I keep saying it backwards, but Justin Tucker misses a field goal, even though we still get the W. But you never like to see that. But I do like to see us getting a win, our first win of the season, as the mock draft is available. And let's see where that running back is going. Because number 7, okay, to the Jaguars. Still don't know much about him. Is there another running back? They have us taking a right tackle. And where's our other first round pick? Shouldn't we have 2, because we just traded Jonathan Taylor back? I got my first round pick back that I was supposed to have. There it is, right there. They have us taking a tight end. Do they know something that we don't know about? Is there like a underlying injury for Mark Andrews, or is he considered retirement or something? Let me know something. We take a tight end in the first round, but I mean, they love their tight ends here in Baltimore. And come on, man, he had a sack. Just continuing his breakout. But let's see if we can see how we fare against the Los Angeles Chargers. And we lose to them, so kind of a seesaw up and down right now. Not a 1-point game. Lose by 11. Can't run the ball. 2 touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. He's playing like MVP. We just can't run the ball. Rashad Bateman goes for 136. Is that a touchdown for Devin Duvernay? Yes, it was. Told you wide receiver 4. We'll get some action. Roquan with a lot of tackles. No picks from the defense so far in the season. Devin Duvernay doing it all. And we are 1-2. And I'm curious. So our wide receiver, did they switch the depth chart? Oh, they actually didn't. I'm so paranoid ever since Madden 23. They switched the depth chart around. We have the 2-1 Raiders, and we fall to 1-3. Not going good. 1 possession game. We actually ran the ball this time, but we actually turned the ball over this time. So they kind of go hand in hand right now. Gus, Lamar, 50 yards each. There goes Warner, his first big game, 5 catches, 70 yards, touchdown for Rashad Bateman. He's having a quiet good season. Keanu Neal with a lot of tackles as our backup safety. And we need to try to get at least back to 500. Bengals are 3-1, leading the division right now. And we fall to 1-4, man. Get blown out at home, man. Why are we losing home games like this? Derek Carr, now, did not play like that when we did the Saints rebuild. did not play like that, and I'm sure the Ravens would not play like this if I was controlling any other team. Roster not that strong right now though, as Justin Tucker misses another field goal. Can't call him the G coat anymore. We are 1-4. Justin Tucker has missed 2 field goals, and our season is probably over if we lose that game against the Bengals, who are dominating the division right now, and we scored no points. A change needs to be made. I mean, we don't have a running game. We have a younger offensive line. A part of me wishes that I should have just kept Jonathan Taylor. But disappointing season so far. Could still turn it around now. I've seen crazier things happen in the simulation. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know I would love to get a win over them. And we don't. Yes, I didn't mean to check the standings, but we are currently the #1 overall pick. Can't take a running back at #1, could we? Oh, we just might. But it's not just the running problems, a little bit of the defense too. Lamar. Rashad Bateman's having a really good season. Dan Falele not so much. Odafe Owe, Sterling Samuels. There goes the Justin Tucker that I know. But the reality is we're sitting at 1-6, #1 overall pick. Wow, #4. Man, so these 3 teams are worse than us. They have us taking a tackle. Now, if these young linemen that we have playing don't do so good, we might have to take a lineman. But this actually works out for me, though. We have 2 first-round picks. They have us going. They have us double dipping that tackle. That tight end that they had us projected to take looks really good, though. We can still look at corner because we're still weak there. Where is that running back? Yeah, skip over him. Okay, so we know he's elusive. I see a couple A's. Okay, yeah. Do some heavy scouting on him. But let's try to get our second win of the season. I don't think the season is all lost just yet. Definitely this loss right here. Look at me already calling it. And we get the win over the Browns to kind of save our season. 27-24, 1 possession game, won by a field goal. They had 4 turnovers and we beat them by 3 points. 4 picks for Deshaun Watson, and we still was only able to win by 3. Warner goes for 107 and a touchdown. Zay goes for 102. Touchdown for Bateman. It's been our best receiver all season. And we have a sack for Odafe Owe. We have Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Patrick Queen, Roquan. I think that was Marcus Williams down there that had a pick. 2 for 2 for Justin Tucker. I'm not going to call him the G coat. We're just going to call him Justin Tucker until he starts playing like Justin Tucker. We have a weekly award winner. And Marcus Williams had a pick 6 and 5 tackles. So congrats. Shout out, salute to Marcus Williams. And we have a breakout DB, maybe Marcus Williams. It is Kyle Hamilton at strong safety. I think Kyle has a star dev. It'd be nice to get him up to that Goldie superstar dev trait. And it is against the Steelers. Let's try to get our revenge against them. See if we can go on a 2-game winning streak. And we do. 26-21 going into the cursed bye week. Y'all know me in bye weeks in Madden are not best friends. 2 touchdowns for the Bus Edwards. Touchdown for Reichard. Back-to-back games over 100 yards for Amani Warner. We made the right decision picking him over Devin Duvernay, who's doing his thug, though, in the return game. Don't get it twisted. Dafe Owe, 2 sacks. The defensive end starting to get some pressure on the quarterback. And Marcus Williams, back-to-back game. Come on, Justin Tucker. Okay, it wasn't entirely his fault. It was blocked. But we're on a 2-game winning streak. We're at 3-6. We have a bye week. And we're 3rd in the division. We're only 1 game behind the Steelers for 2nd place. And let's see if Kyle Hamilton He was quiet. He was quiet. But let's look at the upgrade players. We only had one hidden dev player. David Ajabo has 2 points. Did not know that. But Amani Warner has 2 points. I think these points come from the training camps too. But we should see Amani Warner revealed. Doesn't have an X Factor thing at the top of the overall. Doesn't have an abilities tab, and we still don't know what his dev trait is. We're gonna do Lamar. Let's do his field general. Get the accuracy up a little bit more. Maybe Zay Flowers. Let's just do playmaker. How do we do playmaker and it makes him not a scheme fit anymore? Make it make sense. Everybody else will just auto upgrade. And we'll look at the contract, see whose contract is up. As we have no cap room. Well, we have a little bit, 9.1. Rocky Ascend, we'll wait to see how he plays. I did not know that Ron Sawyer. Okay. Let me refresh that. I think we signed him in the preseason, in free agency before preseason started. And I was looking at his stats. I was like, he looks like a good linebacker. Oh, hidden star dev. So he does have star. We didn't draft him. He was undrafted. And then I don't see anybody important. I mean, Patrick Reichard, Kyle Hamilton, and Linderbaum have fifth-year options. And then we should have enough money to bring back Rocky Sin if he has a good season. So, or we choose him or Patrick Reichard. So we'll just wait and see with those guys. But looking at our rankings so far, we have the 30th offense in the league. Our rushing that is so unlike the Ravens to be 29th. Passing 11 though, and then our defense is 30, just like our offense. Dead last in secondary. Hence the cornerback position. Need to get stronger there. And then defense, we can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. Can't run the ball. But let's see if we can continue this winning streak. It is the bye week. I think focus player I am going to do. I want to do that running back. We'll do this running back as well. And then we'll do corner. I like Roman Harris. Bengals 7-2. Probably gonna end our season right here. 3-7. Here comes the fall off, the meltdown. After the bye week. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman just balling this season. Adafe Owe, him and Ajabo. They're like two of the bright spots on the defense so far. Man, I'm getting tired of taking all these L's, man. I can't even make the playoffs with a team that usually makes the playoffs in the simulation too. That's what's 3-8. Already looking forward to next season. 10-17. Can't wait for this the season to be over. Lamar was our leading rusher. Maybe I did it to myself. Maybe I should have been a little selfish and been like, hey, I traded for Jonathan Taylor. We're keeping him, damn it. Hopefully we see him like in free agency as another field goal was blocked. Justin Tucker. He's going to have like the worst season of his career statistic-wise. But see if we can get our fourth win here. Thankfully, I picked the 4-win goal. So all we need is one more win, and we should be able to save No Vision Duncan's job. 3 touchdowns for Lamar, 3 touchdowns for Saquon Barkley. Isaiah Hodgins goes for 100 yards. Rashad Bateman doing this. That all 3 of our receivers, all with 60 yards and a touchdown. Love seeing it spread it out evenly. I think that's the first sack I've seen Tyler Linderbaum give up. Marlon Humphrey with the interception. I think that may be his first, maybe his second on the season. Can't really tell with the 30th ranked defense in the league. We have a weekly award winner, and it is Lamar Jackson. Should be an MVP candidate. Bengals running away with the division, just separating themselves from the division. As the other three teams, including us, the Brownies and the Pittsburgh Steelers, 9-24. Worst game for Lamar this season, passing wise. Mark Andrews, leading receiver. Ronnie Stanley giving up a sack. We had no interceptions, 3 for 3 for Justin Tucker. And we are, 3-9, 3-10. And I think in this type of situation where we are looking to add to the running back room, I kind of don't want the number 1 overall pick as we get our 4th win of the season. That should save No Vision Duncan's seat, because it was getting a little hot already. Gus Edwards, his best running performance this season. Justice Hill also had a touchdown. Rashad Bateman, man, he's doing this from the wide receiver 2 position. He's not in the slot. Nothing. Just balling. And we have Patrick Mahomes. And we knew that was gonna happen. Lamar throws an interception and got Kareem Hunt back in Kansas City. Tyler Linderbaum back-to-back games, giving up a sack after I just said I didn't see him giving up any sacks all season. 5-10 Jets, 4-11 Ravens, a game everybody should tune into, and we actually get the win. Now, I think it would be a good season though if we do hit, I was gonna say 7 wins, but we have 1 game left. 81 yards for Gus Edwards. Rashad Bateman. Career year for him. Adafe Owe, Tavius Robinson, both with, look at Sauce picking us off twice. Justin Tucker, man. It was Cairo Santos that missed the field goal. All I saw was 1 of 2, and I saw Tucker's name. Might take a kicker in the first round. Got the 6-10 Broncos. I've been making fun of Russ this whole video, and we beat them, and we finished 3rd, right behind the Steelers. I would have loved to finish 2nd, but at least we're not last. We do win 27-21. Looks like that game might have went into overtime, and I'm gonna check really quick to see if it actually did go into overtime, and it actually did go into overtime. But we ran the ball well, passed it. Probably our best, most balanced game all season. 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Some great performances from both QBs. Russ, I still got a soft spot for you. All right, but Lamar Jackson, 65 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Zay Flowers, his biggest game of the season. Touchdown for Mark Andrews. And then we had no sacks. We had no interceptions. No field goals missed. 6 wins, first season for No Vision Duncan. Not terrible, but not great. Gets his contract extended. We're gonna upgrade some of these players and these practice squad players. Just upgrade all of them. And we're gonna look at these stats on the season, see how we can improve this team in the off season. Let's see, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, top 3 quarterbacks, passing yards and touchdowns. Got Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. I would love to have any of those running backs on this team. Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, Chris Olave. Got Max Crosby, Micah Parsons, Tank Lawrence, Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, Trayvon Diggs, and Josie Jewell, Jack Campbell, and C.J. Mosley, the former Baltimore Raven. And then looking at our stats, we were 22nd in offense, 15th passing yards for Lamar. We were dead last in the league when it came to defensive yards. Double-digit touchdowns for Gus Edwards. 27-point score and 1,000-yard season for Rashad Bateman. We allowed the 29th most points in the league, but not a bad touchdown interception ratio. I accept 10 interceptions. Completion percentage 71%. Averaged 217 yards per game. Only got sacked 19 times. It seemed like it may have been a little bit more than that. Maybe we just had some games where we just gave up more than we usually do. But Gus Edwards, I mean, the average is bad. Longest rush of the season was what, 11 yards, and it was Lamar. He was our second leading rusher. At least he didn't lead the team in rushing this time. But 10 touchdowns with Buster Edwards. He did fumble. So did Rashad Bateman. And then what did Justice Hill do? Nothing. Yeah, we are hurting that running back. Patrick Reichard really didn't do anything either. Receiving 1,000 yards for Rashad Bateman. Zay Flowers, 900. He was our leading touchdown receiver. And then the rookie, 60 catches, almost 800 yards, 3 touchdowns, not bad. And then Mark Andrews, a little bit better, his standards, but I mean, the type of season we had, that is acceptable. And our longest pass of the season was to the rookie Amani Warner. We found our OBJ replacement. Ben Cleveland gave up nothing on that right side with Dan Falele, who, I mean, right at 10, he's not a rookie anymore or anything, or a second-year player going into his third year here in this simulation. But first year starting, he hit the number right at 10. Y'all know tackles give up a lot. That's really good. Really good for Ronnie Stanley. Should be a Pro Bowl. Tyler Linderbaum, though, those 2 games where he get with the sack. So good season for Voorhees, first year start. Shout out to the offensive line. Ben Cleveland for offensive lineman of the year. Patrick Queen, leading tackler. Roquan right behind him. I think he was our leader in TFLs. Never mind, I see 18 down there. Kyle Hamilton, good season for him. Marcus Williams, good season. I say good season when our secondary was ass as a whole, but they had a couple of interceptions and some tackles. Trenton Simpson, he got some tackles in there. And then looking at the TFLs, a lot for the rookie. 18, 2.5, maybe could put him in defensive rookie of the year consideration. Adolphe Owe had a good season. Travis Jones, not so much. Roquan, David Ajabo only had 1 sack. I swear he had more than that. Looking at the sacks, I mean, still need more. And then picks, just okay. Forced fumbles, we had just 2 from Roquan. We had no blocks. We had 2 safeties, one for the rookie and Travis Jones. And then we had a pick 6. Oh, Marcus Williams and Marlon Humphrey. Kicking, 81%. I mean, he, missed 3 total, but he really only missed 2. Okay. But he did miss an extra pointer. One was blocked. Punting, average 53.5. Longest was 71. No special teams touchdown, but Devin Duvernay should make the Pro Bowl. Again, Yearly Awards MVP, Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year goes to Zach Taylor. AFC Offensive Player goes to Joe Shiesty. Defensive Player goes to Max Crosby. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Zach Patton of the Patriots. We got Warner at 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bradley Saunders of the Raiders. And we have Sterling Samuels at number 6. Best QB goes to Joe Burrow. Lamar at 10. Running back goes to Josh Jacobs. Wide receiver goes to Jamar Chase. O-line, come on. Robbed. Where's Ben Cleveland? Not even on the list. D-line goes to Max Crosby. Linebacker goes to Khalil Mack on the Titans. They must have traded Harold Landry. DB goes to Jalen Ramsey. And then best kicker goes to Evan McPherson. Bengals had one hell of a year. But not a lot of Ravens. I think I only saw Lamar and the rookies on the list. But let's see where we stand in the draft. We will be picking. We have 2 first-round picks. Got to remember that. Top 10 maybe? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8. Right around where that running back is projected to go. So we'll see if we have any Pro Bowlers. And it is a Chiefs-Ravens, Chiefs-49ers. I wish it would be Chiefs-Ravens Super Bowl. I actually have or had the Ravens going to the Super Bowl this year in my preseason predictions. But wasn't the case in year 1. Definitely not the case here in year 2. But looking at the AFC side of the Pro Bowl, Patrick Reichard doesn't make it. None of our receivers make it. Andrews doesn't make it. Ronnie Stanley had a good season. I think he was snubbed. I think he was snubbed. We're not gonna have nobody representing. Okay, Patrick Queen makes the list. Right outside linebacker. Marcus Williams makes the list at free safety. Okay, Marcus. And Tylan Wallace, our fifth receiver, makes it. Shout out to Tylan Wallace. Hey, got another dangerous return man. And Marcus Williams and Patrick Queen all making the Pro Bowl. And let's see if we have any dev trait upgrades to go along with those Pro Bowl nominations. And we have Warner popped out as a star. We have a bunch of star wide receivers here on the team. Ben Cleveland really should have won that award, man. He started all year, man. And then defensively, Samuels came out as... No, Samuels was a normal. Did he get the shiny silver? Yes, he did. So... great draft pick there with our second round. So just got to develop the D line. Travis Jones could play a little bit better. And then secondary, we definitely have to get better. Marcus Williams had a really good season, Pro Bowl season. He probably should have went up to superstar dev. And then Roquan, I think he lost his X factor. But, I mean, the defense actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, they just need to play better, develop some more. And then offensively, I mean, the offensive line. I wanted to try this lineup, you know. I wanted to try 370 and 380 on that right side, and it actually worked out. So I think we're good on offensive line. It's just this running back position, and then defensively, corner. Two weakest positions on the team. Had a whole year to fix it, and we didn't. See who wins the Super Bowl. Probably Mahomes. Probably Mahomes and the Chiefs. 49ers, though, I think the most complete team in the league, and they just showed it. They beat the Chiefs 35-28. Get their revenge for a couple of years ago. Brock Purdy, Super Bowl MVP. Looks like he's going to be the new Brady. Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor, both MVP and Coaches of the Year. Brandon Ayuk, Offensive Player of the Year, goes to the Super Bowl, gets a championship. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. And you have Kevin Vasher, that damn generational running back that we could have took if I didn't trade for Jonathan Taylor. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year was Bradley Saunders, defensive tackle for the Raiders. Let's go to the offseason and upgrade these practice squad players. And see what we do here in the offseason. Mock Draft 3, which is probably where it gets a little bit more accurate of who's going where and who's picking where. And at number 8, they have us taking a running back. Match made in heaven. And he looks... juke move? Oh, yeah. Danny Johnson, consider yourself a Raven. If we don't see like a Derrick Henry or somebody like that in free agency, like a Nick Chubb or somebody, we're going all in for that running back. Probably don't have the money to bring those guys in, so I don't know what I'm talking about, as we only have $5 million in cap space. So we're going to accept the option on Kyle Hamilton. Great season. Same for Tyler Linderbaum. And then Rocket Sin went down a dev trait. Defense is bad, so we're going to let him go. Sawyer lost his dev trait. Justice Hill wasn't good. Tyler Wallace made the Pro Bowl, but it's probably time for him to go. We got Devin Duvernay. We got the rookie. We got... Bateman, who was our leading receiver, and we got Zay, so don't want to pay Tylan Wallace. Stevens got outplayed in the preseason. Makari was just our backup, and then all these other guys we signed. But Ben Cleveland, I do want back. Give him a 3-year deal. And everybody else, Patrick Reichard. Got it. We don't have the money. Got to free up some space for Patrick Reichard. Team captain, man. Try to bring him back. Free agency. See if we can save some money somewhere. There's got to be somebody eating up our money. First, this Deshaun Bryan guy. Don't know who you is. Don't know why you're making like $1 million. So you can leave. You can bounce. Receivers aren't getting overpaid. Offensive line is straight. We got off of that Morgan Moses contract, which wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. Where is he? Broderick Washington. Can't wait. Gotta get off that, man. We gotta get off that. I mean, Matthew Butler, 9-10K. We'll release him. We really don't have. Is it Lamar's contract? Him and Marlon Humphrey. And Marcus Williams' contract. Justin Tucker's paid. I mean, we don't have that many bad contracts on the team. Okay, Patrick Queen, Roquan. Okay, paying some guys. But looks like we might lose Patrick Reichard. I don't want to. As Tua is there, Joel Batonio is there, Son Reddick is there, Wyatt Teller. Be perfect, but we don't have the money for those guys. I don't see any running backs, which is a good thing. J.K. Dobbins is right back there. But I want Patrick Reichard. He's interested in coming back. We would love to have him back. I have maybe just enough. Just enough. Come back. That's all we want. We got Patrick Reichard back. Got our team captain at fullback back. But let's go to the college players. As we all know, we're probably going to be taking this running back. See how this one looks. Darnell Hall. He looks good too. I have a tough decision on our hands. Don't need any receivers. Even though this 6'5" one looks even more dangerous than the one that we took last draft. Looks like a beast. I mean, offensive line, we could still go, but I'm interested in developing the guys that we do have already. And then corner is the other position that we need to look at. So Roman Harris, scouted him. It's like the top corner. Actually, he looks all right. Let's look at Jermichael Huff. I feel like they nerfed the strength of the cornerbacks. They used to be just too strong. And what do we do with our 2 first-round picks? I mean, do we trade up and get like a guy? Like a generational kicker, even though we're not gonna do that. 6'5", 222. Elite speed, elite strength. Could go defensive tackle. Travis Jones didn't have that good of a season. Elite acceleration with elite strength. Ricky Perkins is a guy that we could take in the 2nd round. Do we double dip at running back? Because we may just do that. I feel like we have to look at linemen. As much as I am trying to avoid it. Because I don't know what else we take. It has to be this corner. Let's see if there's like a hybrid safety. Maybe one of these guys. Tyreek Betts. Is he fast enough? Put him on the list. And we'll look at Chris Shepard. B man coverage. Okay, we'll put him on the list. I think we scout the two running backs to see which one is worth picking, and then we do the corner to see if he's legit. Because we got the 2 first-round picks. We may even trade that first-round pick for a first-round pick next year. Because I'm not feeling this class. I don't think this class is that strong. I could be wrong though. Could be wrong because we're not at the draft yet. So I could be wrong. But mock draft 4 is available. And they have us going running back. And with our other first round pick, pick at 9 and 11. They have us going right tackle. William Tompkins, who has elite acceleration, elite agility, elite change of direction, elite speed. Okay, William Tompkins. I might just have to. I have to take him. But Roman Harris, slow. Only C awareness, but A catching, A man, B zone, B press. Just have to scout him some more. Don't like the fact that he's slow. Take a look at mock draft 5, and I'm not opposed to trading that 11th pick, even though that tackle would be good. Still got to look at this corner. I'm just not. I don't think this class is that strong. That 6'5" receiver, he looks good too, but we just drafted one of those. We don't need no defense. We want to develop most of the guys on defense and the offensive line, because the offensive line didn't play bad. So I think we do go, if we do go with the first round picks, we go offense, running back, and defense corner. Just depends if that corner is good. So we're going to do the 2 running backs, pick one of the 2, and then corner. We're going to do Roman Harris. We have trade offers for Isaiah Likely. I didn't even put him on the trading block. Kind of want to keep him. Kenny Young used to play for the Ravens. But no good offers. I'm keeping Isaiah Likely. We love our tight ends here in Baltimore. And let's go to the draft. And he's top 5. And do we trade up is the question. Because just because he's mocked to go to us at 8 doesn't mean that it's going to fall that way. Here in Madden 24, it is a little bit different, and he will go early, especially with him being revealed as a top 5 pick. And then that corner is round 1 talent. I feel like, do we trade up? Let's see what happens. Commanders, they got Brian Robinson. They're not going to take a running back number 1 overall.
On the clock now,
Texans, they got Damian Pierce. The Rams could take a running back. Broncos could before us. They should still have Javonte Williams, though. I don't think the Rams are going to take a running back at 3. If they do this game, they go quarterback. They need a quarterback more. Cardinals? I don't know who they signed, like, after the first season. Did we trade up with the Cardinals? They go edge. Texans, like I said, they got Damian Pierce. They didn't go running back first. And then the Jets, they got Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Michael Carter. They go wide receiver. Broncos are the only team that stands in our way. They go tackle. Ooh, top 5 quarterback falling in the draft. 3 round 1 quarterbacks. But we're going Danny Johnson. 23 years old, a little old, but out of Mississippi State. 5'8", short, but great speed, elite change of direction. He has B juke move, A spin move, A stamina, A awareness, B carrying, B catching, B medium route running too, so he can catch out the backfield probably a little bit. Welcome Danny Johnson to the Baltimore Ravens. We have our new franchise running back. Is that Ray Rice old jersey number 27? And then with our next pick, I've decided we're not going to trade it. Actually, let's see what other teams are offering first, and then we'll see. So at first, pick 26, a couple second round picks. Vikings offering pick 18. Nobody offering any players or anything. So it's going to try to improve this team. We lost Rocky Sin. Didn't extend him. Didn't have the money to. So we're going to take the top corner on the board in Roman Harris. I mean, he's kind of slow. Can jump. Awareness and play rec ain't there, but we can coach him up in those regards. A man, A catching, A stamina, B press, B zone, A injury. Work on his tackling a little bit. It's the Detroit Lions. 2 for 2. Let's go to our next pick in the second round, and I have no direction here. Don't know where to go. We may double dip at running back, like I said. Darnell Hall is there, and I think that's what we're gonna do because safety. But we just took a defensive back already. If we didn't, I would go with one of those safeties. What about D tackle? Ricky Perkins. If we want to upgrade over Travis Jones. But we have 2 second round picks. There's some right tackles here. I think we're going to be really aggressive. We want to fix this running game. We want to show teams that we can still run the ball. And we're going to go get a receiving back. We got the power back in Gus Edwards. We just got the elusive guy, and now we need the receiving back to complete the trio. The Earth, Wind, and Thunder. The awareness, C juke move, A spectacular catch, A short route running, A catcher. Darnell Hall. We double dip at running back. Both have hidden dev. Let's go. Kind of got that Derek Ward, Ahmad Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs thing going on. And then with our, I think we should have another second round pick. We don't. I was hoping we did so we can get that defensive tackle that I hearted. But let's see what is available to us. Good linebacker. No D tackles. Maybe we go edge. Get some depth at edge. And there is no depth at edge. 6'8", 328. He's not 380. But A awareness, B pass block. I mean, he might be good. Rashad Clements. Maybe a good pick. And we may go with that. Don't need any fullbacks, no quarterbacks. We trade out of this pick. Don't need any safeties. I think we're going to go at that right tackle. I'm going to go at the right tackle.
Now on the clock, the Giants.
I actually kind of, I don't know how I feel about him having hit it. I'm happy we're 3 for 3, but Dan Falele, Ben Cleveland, who we just extended, Voorhees, who all played well. Somebody's coming for their job.
On the clock now.
Somebody's coming for their job.
Baltimore Ravens.
And then I feel like we should double dip in the secondary, kind of how we did with the running backs. Get a slot guy, elite agility, A catching, A tackling. May go at him. Conley was his name. Is there any edge rushers? Just some good run stoppers, no linebackers. Pass coverage guy. There's a run stopper right there. D tackle, we could use some more depth. Speed rusher guy. We really don't have a speed rusher. Defensive tackle. Before we take that corner, let's look at this guy, Steven McIntosh. Whenever you see poor on the ratings, it just turns me away. So we're gonna go that corner. What was his name? Conley, Amari Conley, slot guy, can tackle and catch the ball.
And now on the clock, it's the 49ers.
Boring pick.
With the next selection, the Ravens are on the
And
clock.
then I think we're gonna add some more depth at linebacker. Really looking for edge, but this guy, Vincent Brown, a bunch of A's.
Next
Tackle.
up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens now on the clock.
Now we lost Tylan Wallace. Do we go receiver here? Still got 4 really good wide receivers. Don't see any edge guys. Speed rusher that can tackle. Think we may, McIntosh had the poor. But Moses Andrews, he's a speed rusher. Cameron Long. Gonna be the pick here. Hidden Dev, let's go. What is that, 4? Got my crown back. We misplaced it last season. Get it back this season.
The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now.
And I'm thinking that punter didn't look bad. Gregory Hughes was the name. 6'5", 222, A accuracy, A awareness, elite speed, elite strength, decent kick power. I was hoping that was elite. So we're not gonna take a punter. Do we trade out of this pick? I would like a blocking tight end. This guy looks like the best tight end. We really didn't get no use out of Chris Manhertz last season. This guy can run some routes. Let's add another tight end
New York
to the
Giants
room.
on the clock.
And then with our 7th round pick, that's where we may trade the pick. Trying to think of any other positions. I don't think we had any.
On the clock
I
now,
don't think we got a
the
defensive end yet. I don't think we got no
Ravens.
edge rushers yet. So let's try to find one. At least one of them. Gotta be a hidden gem. And there actually might be a guy, Richard Poor, not Cloud, Richard Poor. Don't want to take too many corners and not liking the board. May take a fullback though. But we're just gonna trade the pick. It's just nothing on the board. We had a lot of draft picks already, so I think we did good. We'll get a 6 from the Vikings.
We have
2
a
purple
trade
teams.
alert. This pick has been
And we'll see what
traded.
my Vikes do with this pick just to be nosy. Take a right tackle.
The Giants.
And do we have another pick? We actually do not. And that caps off the draft here for you two. Let's see how we did. I think we did good. And we did very well. Not at 86 overall like that running back the Bears got that's generational, but 81 I think is the highest overall player that I've drafted so far here in Madden 24, whether that's doing realistic rebuilds, whether that's doing my own off-screen franchise modes. But very good pick, very much needed pick, and we hopefully finally got the guy that can fix this running issue and could complement Lamar Jackson. And then we get a corner, 76 overall, hidden dev. Want him to come in and try to help fix our secondary issues that I have. When you look at his ratings, they're not that bad. I question his speed and acceleration. Not that bad. 91 speed and acceleration. Agility, 88. I mean, not fast, but it should be a good corner. Should be a day one starter for us. Then we double dip that running back in the second round. Got a receiving back. I think he's very balanced, and we're being aggressive, man. We traded Jonathan Taylor away. I had Jonathan Taylor, and these two guys gonna have to be that Jonathan Taylor replacement. We got a 70 hidden dev tackle, 6'8", 328. I mean, Dan Falele did give up the most sacks last season. He played good, but this guy is going to come in and push them even more. And then we got a 71 corner, slot corner, not bad in the draft. Had that normal dev trait, but he can tackle and he can catch. So that'll be good for special teams and playing in the slot. And then this run stopper linebacker, 68 overall, not bad. The defensive tackle, 67. And then that tight end, 68. So when you look at it, we got, 4 dev traits, 4 70s, 180 in the last 3, high 60s, borderline 70s. I think that is a classic Baltimore Raven A+ grade draft. Another one in the books. And then looking at all the players in the draft, we got the best player overall wise in the draft at pick 8. So I think we killed the draft. I think going into this next season, if we can fix our running game, get it back to Baltimore Raven blocking and running football, and back to Baltimore smash mouth defense, I think we could be a playoff contender again, and maybe even push that further and become a Super Bowl contender at some point in this rebuild. But that'll wrap it up for part 2 of the Madden 24 Baltimore Ravens Realistic Rebuild. Stay tuned for part 3.